Hire a ghostwriter. Looking at article ghostwriter websites. When you need to hire a ghostwriter, grab a cup of coffee and get comfy. There are about 10 million article ghostwriter sites on the web, and you're going to have to sift through 30 or 40, if you're lucky, of them to find the right one. After you've found a few, you have to contact them, wait for replies, deal with setting up the job, and so on. Basically, this is just the starting point. So, here's a quick summary of what you should look for when you're shopping around. Main page. The main page is the world's gateway to this article ghostwriter service. I don't really know what I mean by that, but that's beside the point. Ideally, it should be easy to look at and easy to read. The truth is that design really doesn't matter. A ghostwriter isn't a web designer, and they may be completely clueless about what looks good. So, be patient and read the text. It's not hard for a ghostwriter to craft a simple page saying, "Hi, I'm a ghostwriter and I can write your content for you." If that's essentially what they're saying, that's fine. However, is there something unique about their front page? This is a nice bonus. It shows that they've got some creativity. It's also nice if it shows off their personality a little. Again, this doesn't reflect on their writing skills, we'll get to that in a minute, but it might give you an idea of how it might be to work with them. That's really important, too. Also, look for grammar or spelling mistakes. Obviously, if they're not thorough enough to proofread their own landing page, forget it. Reading the front page, you can get a general idea of how well they can write, but don't be too critical until you get to the samples. That's where you'll really see what they can do with the language. Testimonials. Most sites have a testimonial/client feedback page. If they have no feedback, this doesn't mean they suck. It just means that their site is new, they're busy and haven't gotten around to it, or they're clueless about marketing themselves. After all, they're writers, not marketers. If they've got a few testimonials attesting to their skill, that's a good sign. If they've got a lot, that's even better. The feedback doesn't really tell you that much about a writer, but if they've got a whole lot, this means they've been in the business for a while. It also shows that they're serious about running their business, which means that you can expect a high level of professionalism from them. Samples. The samples should be mostly what determines whether you hire them or not. You should give each sample at least a casual skimming. There are two things you should be looking for: style and content. Style means that they can make the page flow. It starts at the top, draws you in. Okay, the article might be about flower arrangement, and that's not going to draw you in, but you know what I mean, keeps you reading and leads you through the subheadings to the end. It should be easy to read, and if it's got a little personality, that's a perk. One way I judge a good web article is by how long it seemed. If I read an article and find myself saying, "What? That was 500 words, that means it was well written." Content, if even more important. What kind of information or value is the article giving you? You've probably seen, or purchased, articles that ramble for 500 words and never quite say anything. Anyone could write stuff like this without doing a bit of research, and guess what? The new Google algorithm ensures that the search engine will hate stuff like this. You have to make sure that, not only can they write, but they can offer value to your readers. That's what's going to get them clicking through to your site. And I almost forgot an important detail: make sure there are no mistakes. This is what the writer considers their best work, so it should be spotless. The samples give you an idea of how they write and the basic quality of their content, but you still might want to ask them initially if they can write in your niche, especially if it's kind of an unusual one.